Hello and welcome sa part 2 of this problem 2. So let's continue with what we've just tackled recently. Okay, so next question. So afterwards, Sarah perfectly attached another dope silicon beside junction V labeled as W. Nandito. So it now forms a BJT na, as seen here. So junction W was exposed to a desired dopant with a concentration of 10 to the power of 17. Now, suppose the BJT is at thermal equilibrium, is under room temperature, and has ideal ionization. So the first question is to draw the energy band diagram of the BJT. And katulad lang no kanina, label the energy levels and write the known energy distances. How are we supposed to draw the energy band diagram if we don't know what W is in the first place? Is it N-type or P-type? Luckily, we can just analyze yung context clues na nangyayari dito para mahanap natin kung ano ba talaga yung nature ng W. So let's recall, di ba ang PJT mo, it just has two types. It's PNP or NPN. We know na kanina, di ba, na yung UV mo, we already know kung P-type ba or N-type. Yung sa U, P-type. Nalaman natin yon. And similarly, yung V, N-type. So kung gusto mong makagawa ng BJT, ang kailangan mo sa W is a P-type. At makakabuo ka ng PNP BJT in this form. Now this means, yung dopant concentration na nandito, yung impurity na nandito, is an acceptor. It's Na. Okay? Now we know its nature. We know the nature of W na. Now we can start drawing yung energy band diagram. However, we would still see some like stuff na di pa natin alam, but we can figure it out naman. So, let's redraw yung sa UV, okay? Again, scratch paper lang to. So, kung gusto niyo na mas maganda na energy band diagram, please refer sa annotated slides na PDF. So, straight, chok, bababa. Okay, pwede na to. So, UV. Yung sa W, how do we draw it? Let's label muna yung concentrations on each side, okay? Yun ang dominate na concentration sites. So, Na here is 10 to the power of 15. And B here is 5 times 10 to the power of 16. And lastly, yung sa W mo, na Na, which is 10 to the power of 17. We know na for a P-type semiconductor, say for example, ito, intrinsic lang. Kapag nagdo-dope pa ako ng mga acceptors, I'm doping more holes in the semiconductor, yung position nito sa energy band diagram, aangat siya. Aangat yung energy values na nandun. And hence, the more you dope it, the higher it's gonna be. So what does this tell us? Ibig sabihin, if we want that to happen, dapat, ang position ng W mo relative to U is that dapat mas mataas si W because you have a larger concentration sa W ng holes versus sa U. We now utilize this information to draw the BJT. So, it should be like this. Yun. Pwedeng ibaba ko muna para mas neat naman siyang tignan kasi compressed na sa taas. Sige. Scratch paper muna to, sorry. Alam ko hindi siya even, but scratch paper lang to. Please refer sa slides if you want the more cleaner drawing. Okay? For, lang to, scratch paper purposes lang. Okay? So, let's continue drawing now. So, easy. Ito. Draw it as you may like, pero this is how I would draw. So, bababa ako. Naangat ako. Similarly, bababa ako. Naangat ako. Okay. This is your EV and EI. Katulad lang nung kanina, di ba, sa PN junction problem. Part 1. Ang Fermi levels mo, before it merges, before pa mag-fusion pa tayo ng mga semiconductors natin, what happens is that, di ba initially, right after merging, hindi pa even yung Fermi levels niya. Then, when it reaches thermal equilibrium, mag-i-even out na to. The same principle will apply under this question. So, di ba, parang nandito siya, yung Fermi level. Then, kapag yung kanina, parang nandito pa siya, along this part pa. Once it reaches thermal equilibrium, your Fermi level is gonna even out. It's just gonna be a straight line na. Say, maybe ganito. Yan. Wait, ang pangat naman. Sorry. Yung mga ganyan. Okay na yun. Now, eto na yung mismong figure ng energy band diagram mo. Now, hinahanap na lang natin is yung distances, yung mga values na pinapahanap. So, recall nga ulit natin, di ba meron tayo dito. Yung value nito is 0.676 electron volts. Yung nandito, sorry, 0.388 electron volts. Tapos yung nandito na 0.287 electron volts. Pero, meron pang dalawang hindi pa natin nahanap. Ito, and ito. How do we find for these values? Obviously, madali na tong part na to. It's just the built-in potential. So we just reapply that equation again here. So, yan. Let's write the equation. So VBI for junction VW is equal to the thermal voltage times the natural log of NA times NB over Ni squared. Ano yung gagamitin nating values for NA and NB? Sige. Alam natin na yung concern dito is V and W. So we just use the values of NA and B that are present within either one of them. So dito, Na, we know na yung sa W mo, it has an Na concentration of 10 to the power 17. We utilize this value para dito sa built-in potential na to. Similarly, your junction V has a donor concentration. It's the present donor concentration between the two. Therefore, ito yung gagamitin mong value ng NB for the built-in potential equation. So, ayan, just plug and play normally. I'm not gonna do it na, but if you did compute it, you should have a value of 0.693 electron volts. This is kung interpret ko siya sa energy band diagram. For EBD purposes to Pero if we're looking for the actual potential, just omit the E. It's still gonna be the same magnitude, 0.693 volts pa rin. So, okay. Now we know that this is 0.693 volts. Kulang na lang yung nasa baba. Eto. How do we proceed with this? Alam natin kanina, no, na, diba, nung kinukuha natin energy distances nito, etong dalawa, gumamit tayo ng EI minus EF, no? EF minus EI. We will use the same thing pa rin. So, dito, mas mataas EI versus EF. Therefore, we use EI minus EF is equal to KT times the natural log of Ni sa baba ay nasa taas. Na. Same principle pa rin nun sa kanina na mas malaki na yung concentration ng holes versus sa electrons. So, parang negligible na siya. Much greater say holes. Same logic na rin. So, we just use this. And I will no longer plug and play. Please compute it on your own na. But you are expected to have an answer of 0.406 electron volts. So, di ba kanina nag-sanity check tayo? 0.406. Nag-sanity check tayo kanina, di ba? Pinag-add natin tong dalawa. At dapat ang expected value natin is ito, si 0.693. Try nyo ipag-add yan. You actually get this. So, kung ganda rin nangyari, edi tama na yung ginawa nating energy band diagram. So, tama na to. Okay? Understood? Sige. Okay na tayo sa 1. So, number 2, where are the base, collector, and emitter? Sabihin na natin yung obvious. Yung V, ang base. Obvious na to. Because it's PNP. Alam natin nasa gitna ang base. We do not know, however, nasa si collector and nasa si emitter. Therefore, ganito, mas malaki palagi ang concentration ng isang impurity sa emitter versus sa collector. Additionally, another way to interpret is, kung saan mas malapit yung Fermi level sa valence, kung alin yung mas maikli lang yung distance nila, nandun yung emitter. Pag medyo malaki pa yung distance between the Fermi level and the valence level, conductor to. So ulitin natin ha. That's another way to interpret it besides sa concentration stuff. Okay, so again, you have two ways to determine which is collector and emitter. Yung isa, kung mas malaking concentration between the other, yung mas malaki emitter, yung hindi, collector. Then, yung sa sinasabi ko kanina, kapag mas manipis yung difference nila, ito, kung mas manipis yung difference nito ng EF and EV versus yung sa isa, this is gonna be the emitter. And similarly, this is your collector. And that is the right answer. Ang collector side is nasa U, and ang emitter side is nasa W. So that actually is the end of problem 2. So hopefully nag-gets nyo talaga yun. But kung hindi, please feel free to replay and replay. Don't forget to ask questions rin to your peers and maybe sa amin na rin. And ayun, refer din sa handouts and your lecture slides, okay? So, ayan.